Good afternoon, this is Juicy Saft. I want to start off by saying, hey, thank you all to my Patreon subscribers and to pretty much everybody that's ever given me money at any point in time. From TikTok donations and everything like that. Appreciate you guys. You are really the only, I've genuinely thought about giving up many times on becoming, or on pursuing my goal of entertaining people through all types of media. I thought I was just going to have to try to get a job and then save up and become a stand-up comedian and try the grind and then fail at that and then have my job to back up on. Just being honest, I mean, I still have a job and I still am doing work. I'm just saying, like, I specifically thought that I would have to work a dead-end job that isn't what I really want to do. Whatever, doesn't matter. So all your support is important to me. But today I want to talk about a new way of thinking of meme and meme culture. I'm not going to talk about dank memes or dumb crap like that. I'm talking specifically about when something becomes so popular, it becomes a meme to like it, or whether it becomes something that's so ingrained into people's views that they view themselves as having to like it because it's popular. And then the other way around, where people are so ingrained in thinking of self-identity, it becomes part of their identity that they feel like if it becomes popular, it becomes garbage in the same degree. Because I just saw a comment on one of my TikTok videos where I was explaining like how TikTok is in its fourth wave, and now there's so many people using it, it's basically like Vine, or how Vine was. And he said, look, I like this app, but it's nowhere close to Vine. Vine has been immortalized as this godsend app and everything, but because solely it got so popular and you see so many compilations and it became standard within the vernacular to say, I love Vine, Vines are so great. If you can't quote Vines, don't talk to me, things like that, where people get a different view. Like, Vine was okay. Vine was Vine. I was on Vine. I loved Vines. But Vine is not this perfect, amazing thing that had no terrible terrible things on it, or terrible videos, or videos that are just god awful. Like, there's a few popular ones that are just a few popular Vines that are just like Hurricane Tortilla. This is just an opinion, but that's not funny. That was just not funny to me. It's like, but whatever. So it becomes a meme. So you have to. So, for instance, popular creators like PewDiePie. It became a meme to say subscribe to PewDiePie, or sub to PewDiePie, or be watching PewDiePie, or blah 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 blah. It's because he became the most popular. I mean, I remember in the early days when he didn't have his huge fan base. Everybody hated him on YouTube. Specifically, everybody on YouTube wanted to down him every chance they got. This was like early YouTube when he was still starting, and he had like 8 different channels or whatever or something, and people would openly mock him on YouTube. Now you don't really see that. You still get people who, I mean, with the whole N-word thing, you still get people that do that, but it's completely shifted now that he's reached into this next stage of popularity, of having ultimate popularity, that he's now immune to that kind of thing. Not immune to it. He's not immune to being that, but I just don't see that kind of content on YouTube anymore. Maybe it's the algorithm or anything like that, but I just hardly ever see it openly. Now it still might be there, but still, people like PewDiePie specifically because he's popular. In the inverse, people also don't like PewDiePie specifically because he is popular. Just like many people like things and dislike things because they're either popular or not popular. People start to use these things as ways to identify themselves with popular things. Like the whole pineapple pizza debate. This debate, that debate. People want to just associate themselves with some kind of way. They're looking for ways to make it easier for you to get them. They're looking for ways to make them seem to stand out, or seem to make them, because we're pack animals, we're always looking for ways to join into a group. We're always looking for ways to find a community, and we're always looking for ways to make it easier to signify to other people that, yes, I'm part of you, or no, I'm not a part of you. So that's what I mean by this new kind of way of thinking of memes. So when I say it becomes a meme to follow somebody, or when it becomes a meme to like something, or when it becomes a meme for some people to enjoy certain specific things, I just mean that it ascends to a point where people no longer like it for any other reason. There are still people that like it for any number of reasons, and I'm not saying that, but in general, across the board, you are more likely to find that most people hate it or like it specifically because it's either popular, or because it's not popular enough, or whatever. They don't really have an opinion on it. So I don't know. So that goes to people too. For instance, if a bunch of people start saying, "I like this one type of video," and everybody starts saying that, and that's what's being seen on the page, like everybody saying, "I like this video, I like this video, I like this video." People who want to fit in will then look at that video and become biased to want to like that video, or they'll start making that content. And I've seen it on the For You page where one person will do one thing and it'll get popular, and then everybody will copy that so soon after, such as the point of views. I follow a girl that did a point of view that got extremely popular on TikTok, and then she just continued to do point of views because that was just her content. And then everybody started doing point of views. But then that trickled down into reactions. People would react to it, so they get around stealing content, basically doing nothing for the content, because one or two people would, react to a video and saying, "Point of view, you're my phone as I'm watching this for the 400th, 50th, the 8 billionth time," and that got likes, and then people just started doing that and that and that and that because it was a cheap way of getting likes. It's a cheap way of getting that validation. It was a cheap way of succeeding. See what I mean? People, and likes are an easy way of saying, like, that's representation of, like, yes, I'm in your group, I'm in your crowd, or something like that. But that's old people talk. But I'm talking specifically, people will follow specific patterns. So if someone says that they like a video, everybody starts liking that video. One person says they don't really care about the video, not a really hard opinion, everybody loses their mind. Because how can you not? How can you not? So if somebody said, for instance, "I don't like Vine," whether or not they didn't like it because it was popular or because they just didn't care for it, everybody would lose their mind because they didn't really have an opinion that, "Oh, I just happen to like Vine." It was specifically, "I like it, you have to like it now too." Again, that kind of bias that comes within establishing it becomes this warped idea of what it is. And it happens all the time, and it'll always continue to happen because, for instance, if I were to get extremely popular and people were to start following me, even, the more of a community I had around myself, and the more of specific jokes and internal jokes that I had, people that joined in late and started following me would be more inclined to try to become part of those inside jokes because they want to immediately join into the group. So there'd be inside jokes that were from way, way, way back, something that you wouldn't remember, that's just become like standard because we just setting it so many times. And then people who have never seen me and just became a fan of mine but wanted to become a part of those inside jokes would immediately just jump in. They would just start using it or be more inclined to use it if they were, to actually be fans and not people that just happen to like the content. I mean, I catch myself doing it. I watch Merchant, which is a Magic the Gathering creator, who says, "Magic's easy, just draw what you want." And I always end up saying that because it's catchy. And it's probably just something he said millions and millions of times over. But I remember when I first started watching him, I didn't really, I just started watching him. I didn't care about anything like that. And while I'm not, within that circle, I'm not even trying to be a part of that circle, I just enjoy his videos, enjoy his content, I still caught myself doing that. Same thing happened for Monto, a Dead by Daylight streamer and YouTuber. He every time that he puts a Hex Ruin in his kit, which is it's a game mechanic, he'll say to slow the game down just a little bit. I was never there for that, but I'll still catch myself whenever I'm playing Dead by Daylight saying, "Well, we got to slow the game down a little bit." Or I still get a little bit, excited when he does, just a little bit, and calls back to that joke. It's just continuously, and it's some kind of meme or some kind of, like, somebody edits in something or something like that. And it's like I know something. Like, even though I wasn't a part of it and I don't even know the origin of that, specifically. Maybe it's just that he said it a whole bunch of times, and people just started saying like, "Haha, oh, you say that a lot," and I just, you know, it became a part of mine. So it made me feel like I had some in on that, you know. So that's exactly what happens. People get caught up, and it's a human trait. It happens, but you do have to be diligent when it comes down to when you're thinking. When it comes down to when you're trying to hear somebody's opinion about something. Somebody says, "I hate this son of a b. I think it blah blah blah," and they're just viciously attacking. They specifically, definitely are being serious, and you can tell that. Then you can be mad at them. But even then, you should. It's still an opinion. It's still an opinion. You know what I mean? Move on. Move on. I don't know. If you can probably hear my fish tank in the background. I do need to get activated charcoal, or some kind of chemical cleaner or a biological cleaner. I want to try to get all three. Something non-poisonous for the fish. Get a biological cleaner, maybe like a starfish or a suckerfish or something to just help clean up, or an algae eater or something like that. And then just try to create a cycle that works, because I got these fish from somebody else. So, and you know, and they'll tell you this. They'll tell you that, not this. That's something else. I'm just going back. They'll tell you when they're trying to give you tips that you should have an established brand. That's why my name is always the same for all of my social media apps, because it's recognizable. You don't have to memorize each and every single thing. So if my name is Juicy Saft here, but then it's Poon Destroyer on Twitter, you're not going to find me. You know what I mean? It's too much. Now that's not always what it has to be, because, you know, Critical's name on YouTube is Penguin Zero, but everybody knows him by Critical. Everybody knows Critical's YouTube. Well, not everybody, but you can easily find him. But they'll still try to say that. So I'll even try to think, oh, well, if I can find some kind of, like when I'm trying to sell merch, you know, I already have, at least within my inner circle on my Discord, established that I like the frog. I like the red-eyed tree frog. It's my favorite frog. It's my favorite animal. And while somebody else wouldn't know that specifically, if they were to buy my merch without even knowing who I am, or that I happen to like red-eyed tree frogs, or that all started way back on TikTok when I made a TikTok video specifically just joking around saying, ooh, I'm not going to say this again. The red-eyed tree frog is the best frog at all. Don't effing at me. And I just felt like, because I liked the frog and I was just joking around, and I made it seem like I was in a fight with people about it. And that got a lot of likes for that. And then, you know, a few people started to know me a little bit for that. But for somebody coming in who doesn't know that, would buy my merch with a frog on it, they wouldn't know exactly why. So, I don't know, it's so interesting to think about this. I am constantly thinking about other people, constantly thinking about how our personality, how people work, watching them at all times. And people always get mad at me for complaining. They always get mad at me for, you know, having opinions about people and saying, well, why can't people have fun? Why can't, because I'm able to see through it, man. I know that people are doing that point of view. You're watching me watch this for the 300 millionth time because people have already done it and it's gotten likes. They can see an established trend and they do it. Now, they might do it for fun. They might just be doing it because it's their video, but most likely the majority of them are doing it for that. Same reason why people start jumping on trends as fast as humanly possible on TikTok or anywhere. Specifically TikTok, but this is specifically for TikTok. People jump on trends, and there's only ever two trends. There's only ever two audios that you have to listen to over and over and over and over again. Specifically because it's an easy way to get likes, and they don't actually care about making content. They want the validation of being successful. Even me, somebody who is just making content for fun, they'll constantly complain that my content's falling off, or that I'm not like blah blah blah, because I don't do trends, I don't do audios, I don't do anything. I make my own content and I do it my way, and I enjoy what I make specifically. Sometimes they'll get a lot of likes, sometimes they'll get 30,000 likes. I had a few that were 200,000 or 100,000, or I've gotten a good amount. Like I've I am perfectly fine. Like, I've reached my goal. Like, when I first started, I really wanted to try because I didn't make it on Vine, and I did indeed take it too much to be like the representation of my comedic prowess. If I can't make it on this, then I can't make it anywhere. And I've been trying everywhere to make my comedy work, and this is the only time that it's actually worked. And now that I'm actually where I wanted to be, I only really wanted to hit 100K. Like, that was it for me. And now I'm just enjoying myself, and I'm making the content that I care about, or that I'm having fun with. And I always did that in the beginning, but because I'm not plugging out and just constantly making jokes and only jokes, now that I'm actually making just audios, or not audios, but I'm just making videos where I'm sitting in my room or I'm like talking, or I make a video where I'm like with my friends, because I'm treating it like a social media app, because that's what it is. It is just a social media app. People get mad. Rather, my fans get mad, specific fans, because they want constant content. And it makes me think, is it because they're looking for a trend? Is it because they want to be appeased at every single moment in time? Or is it because they've viewed TikTok because it's become a meme, it's become a specific idea to view every single account as a business, as content. You're a content creator. It's not a social media app. This is your storefront. You have to build. I hit my goal of 100K. I don't care. I know I've gotten my foot in the door for other places. I've used TikTok for what I needed to use it for, and now I have people that know about my YouTube. I don't care. I'm gonna make my content. I still want people to find my jokes funny, but if I start falling off completely and I lose everything, I'm fine with that. I'll just move on. You know? I don't know, but that's why you always see, don't let this flop. I changed the color to red or blue, whatever, or like this comment 8 times so my family thinks I'm popular or something like that, because they're looking at it like, I need validation. I need to be a part of the sphere. It's warped. And as the internet progresses, I really believe that children are going to become more and more inclined into that kind of thing because they're so impressionable. Because I remember when I was a kid and I got on the internet, I was impressed by the internet. I've had dark, bad things impressed upon me by the internet because I joined the wrong sites because I was looking for a group to join, and I always was, because I felt so alone. Wah. So I know firsthand the implications that the internet can have on a young developing mind. And I'm not one that's like, oh, Instagram and this, it's all like, no, genuinely, I think that genuinely, two different words, genuinely, I think generally, people are smart enough to go around to that. Now, I do think that there are people who are dumb. I do believe people who can't tell when people are making a joke and they're not being serious about something are stupid. Full stop. I'm not going to apologize about that. I really believe that is a trait to be able to tell when someone's joking. Maybe sometimes you mess up and you can't tell someone's joking. That's fine. I've had that happen. But specifically when someone's going out of their way to make it obvious, you know, like I've seen people do audios where they're like they're just like they say I'm homophobic, and then they kiss a girl or they kiss a guy and they're like, wait, you're homophobic? Or they're like telling blah 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 blah. And they're like calling them out in the comments and then in videos and everything. It's like, and it's usually children, and it's fine. They don't know any better. But like, sometimes it's full-grown people. And I'll give you an example from me personally. I made a video where I deadpanned. And I specifically didn't directly say that I was joking, because I never say I'm joking, because I don't care. You know, I'm always joking, and people can tell. And when I'm serious, I'll tell people I'm serious. And when I'm joking, I'll tell people I'm joking. I'll just say, no, I'm joking. I insulted a popular creator who was popular for, or the people who was getting more popular for a specific video. A video that he did with a duet with this one girl, and I hate that I have to still be on this, but I'm still getting comments. That's why it's still relevant, or rather, it's relevant to this topic. So he duetted me. I didn't tag him in it, but he duetted me, looking sad, but he moved on after that. He didn't make any other videos. He didn't like cry and blah 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 blah. He made one video. The amount of hate I got from his fans was immense because they saw one thing. My creator is in trouble. Even if I was serious, that is an opinion. Whatever I said, it's an opinion. But they took it upon themselves because they felt specifically ingrained into that sphere. That's why they also are weird about his girlfriend. Okay, so Caleb Finn has a girlfriend. And that's his girlfriend. That's his freaking girlfriend. But these troglodytes, these disgusting, decrepit, sometimes fully grown women, are saying that she doesn't deserve him or being nasty to her. And then those same people are coming into my comments saying, you're making him feel bad. So that's another thing, is that people become possessive over this. They view it so personally as a trait for them because they like this creator, or they view this creator as so important to themselves that they take possession of that creator, and they view them not as a human being but as a commodity. And it happens. So basically they would come in and they would, because all the comments were saying, oh, you're not joking, you're serious, you're serious, you're serious, even though I'd say, no, I'm kidding, I'm not, I don't really believe this, I don't really believe this, it's a video, it's a dumb duet, who cares? They would continuously just say the same comments. So I just started deleting them, like later on, like a week after, because I was like, no, let people say their piece. You should be able to say your piece. And then I just nah. And then the main video, I was just continuously getting comments from people a week after, where I just like, I don't care anymore. It's been a week. The dude has 1 million followers. He's fine. He'll freaking live. So I just disabled that. And then I was getting ats from these people saying he disabled comments because he knew he was wrong. My comments are not disabled for any other video. They're the duet I did where I was openly mocking him. I genuinely openly mocked him when he came on the screen, and he was like, because he came on the screen, he was like, and I thought that was funny, so I came on the screen and I was like, because he looked like a Muppet to me. And I didn't apologize for that. And the comments are still up for that. I did delete the majority of them though, because I wanted to see something. Because what I noticed is, like, once I deleted them, because this was still in the week of, once I deleted them, the comments were less violent. Beforehand, they were extremely aggressive because those comments were getting a lot of likes. But when I deleted the top comments that were all, against me, I only left the ones that were for me, and I still left the millions of mean ones on the bottom. I noticed that they started to tamper off. They stopped being so aggressive. Again, people will see it is okay to do something, and then they will do it themselves. Memes. Boom, boom, bam, bing, bong. It happens with everything. I don't know, this could be another video about cult style hive mindery, how the implications of the internet and how wanting to be a part of the group so badly, it all ties in together. People become obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with what they enjoy, or rather what's in front of them. TikTok will sooner or later have that same kind of treatment. That's why you can't make fun of what cosplayers do on that app, because some of the shit they do is funny. It's funny. It's funny. The Junko poses, I think that's funny. So I'll mock them doing the Junko poses. And they're like, can't cosplayers do anything without being made fun of? I get it. You think that I'm bullying, or you think that people are trying to stop you from doing that. No. Everybody's just having fun, because if you do something, which is a hobby, if you do a hobby and you do it, people are going to make fun of it. Like video gaming, furries, cosplay, anything, it's going to happen. It becomes whether or not it's personal, directed at you, or directed as them as a whole. Like, oh, cosplayers should, die, or furries should die. That's when it becomes dangerous. Otherwise, it's just people making a joke. But I don't know. It's so complicated. I've got a million thoughts in my head and a million things that I wish I could say to make it drill, because I've already established this in my brain. I've already seen it. I've already written it down in my mind, but I can't vocalize it in the correct way where it can become understandable, or whether it can be something that you can get yourself, or what I'm trying to say. Basically, so back onto the point of, like, I guess I'll just go back real quick and say one last point. When people don't like something because it's popular, again, they're just trying to make it a personality trait for themselves. That's why you always see on unpopular opinions, they're so aggressive with their opinions. Like, I don't like Ariana, she's terrible. It's like, okay, that's fine. You don't like her. I don't care. Like, I've liked some of her songs. I've disliked some of her songs. I don't have any opinion either way. For all artists, I feel like that. But they get so aggressive with it when they could just say, oh, I don't like her music. Or even if they are overrated. Like, for instance, I feel like PewDiePie, that's just a meme to like him now. It's just a meme to follow him. It's just a meme to subscribe to him. But I don't have opinion. Like, yeah, sure, even though he said the N-word, I still don't have an opinion on him. Because I just don't follow him. I just don't subscribe to him. His content doesn't interest me. Because his style of content isn't what I'm interested in watching specifically. And really, honestly, any over editing in a video, I'm usually gonna stay away from. I prefer to just, like, when it's jarring and it's in my face, it's like, oh, okay. And myself, I like gaming videos, and only that usually. Ironically, even though I'm making audio posts videos or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just end it there. Again, thank you to all my Patreon subscribers, to all of my TikTok followers, to all my YouTube subscribers, to anybody that has given the time out of their day to do anything for me, or just shown one of my videos to somebody, just sat down and watched my videos. Hell, if you've watched this the entire way through, that helps me out, especially for watch time, because I'm trying to get partnered. Anyway, it helps. And I know I don't have the personality for YouTube. I know that people will tell you have to be energetic and they have to, keep them engaged, and you have to jump. But I'm not going to do that. If you're going to follow me, it's going to be for my genuine personality. It's going to be for how I am. If you're watching my gaming videos, you'll see that I'm not energetic. If I'm playing a game and I don't feel like screaming, I'm not going to scream. I'm just not. My Adventures of Darwin videos, they're for relaxing. They're relaxing. They're for me. I played it, and I'm not in the mood to yell and like, oh, okay, all right, now we just gotta get one more wood and Unless I'm fighting like a boss, it's like, for Magic, I'm just explaining, and then for, if I played Skyrim or Fallout, I'd be role playing for that. But most of the time, I'll probably be silent because that's how I play. That's what I do. But whatever. So, thank you, though, for giving me the time of your day. Hey, also, I do have merch, so if you want to go to teesprings.com/JuicesFSAFs, speaking of that merch, every single time that you buy merch, it's helping me put away money, for one, paying my bills, and two, getting better equipment. I bought this mic. I have sound foam. I'm trying to get more sound foam around this room, and even a soundproof gate, because I am going to be making videos at any time of day when I feel like it. And at night, I have roommates, and they have a kid, and I just prefer not to wake them up, especially if I'm just trying to make videos. And because I don't know, I just want to soundproof it. I do need to soundproof this window, because now that it's open all the time, I have a problem with it, because I have a fan on it. I have a fan in it. It's open now, so if they're outside, they can hear me yelling. And I don't know, I just think it's so rude of me to be like yelling, and I don't like people hearing when I'm like making videos and things like that. It's just so invasive for me to be like they're just trying to have a conversation, and I'm over here like, yeah, what if my name was Poon Destroyer? What if my name was Thunder Cunt? So, y'all have a good day.